Good morning. Let's discuss on amino acid pool. Most of the proteins in our body are constantly being synthesized and degraded. In healthy adult, the total amount of protein in the body is more or less constant because of the rate of synthesis of protein is sufficient to replace the protein that is degraded. So this process of balance is known as protein turnover, which leads to the hydrolysis and resynthesis of around 300 to 400 grams of body proteins each day. And this turnover used to be high among infants, and it decreases as we age. So, in contrast to protein, the carbohydrates and fats, whose major function is to provide energy, the primary role of amino acid is to serve as a building block for synthesizing various tissue proteins and other nitrogen containing compound. They also act as in a dynamic form as an enzyme, as in receptors, so various other carrier protein forms. So amino acids released by hydrolysis of dietary proteins and tissue proteins together constitute the amino acid pool. And the primary role of amino acid is to serve as a building block for synthesizing various protein and nitrogenous compound. So amino acid in excess of those needed for synthesis of protein and other biomolecule, they cannot be stored nor they are excreted. The surplus amino acid are oxidized for energy purposes. This is the amino acid pool. Why we are comparing it with the pool? Just like in the pool, there is a maintenance of level of water by adding to the pool the water level through various resources. Similarly, there are various factors which consume water from this pool. So it is a balance between the like the factors adding to the pool and the factors they are consuming from the pool. So the similarly here in this case, the amino acid pool remains in the blood. It is around 100 grams free amino acids all time available in an healthy adult. So how this pool is being maintained? So there are various resources which add to the pool, like body protein degradation from degradation of various proteins of the body, skeletal muscles and other tissues. So they are adding to the pool. Then dietary proteins we take in our diet, daily diet. Certain amount of protein they reach to the intestine here being digested, and in the form of amino acid they are being absorbed, and after being absorbed they are inside the body, and they are one of the important resource to add to the pool. Then synthesis of non-essential amino acid. Liver is the huge factory for synthesizing so many kind of non-essential amino acids. They are another source for maintaining the amino acid pool. Then how it is being utilized from this pool, what are the factors which utilize the amino acids? So the body protein synthesis, various organs or various tissues for protein synthesis, they pick the some slot of amino acid from this pool. Then catabolism, and during catabolism, the various uh, different fractions of these amino acid can be utilized for synthesizing various product, like carbon skeleton can be used to synthesize glucose, glycogen, and fats also. Then amino acid degrade into ammonia and carbon dioxide and water. So this ammonia can be used to synthesize urea in the liver. Then ketone bodies and fatty acids can also be synthesized from the carbon skeleton. Beside the amino acid pool can be used for biosynthesis of various non-protein nitrogenous compounds, like porphyrin, creatine, hormones, neurotransmitters, purine, pyrimidine, niacin, and thyroxine hormone. So once the muscle is being degraded inside the body. If the muscle degradation happens, lot many amino acids get freed into the pool, and from this pool, the maximum branch chain fatty acids are being taken up by brain. Branch chain acid like valine, leucine, and isoleucine, they are being taken up by the brain, and here the brain maximally utilize them, converts through transamination and deamination reaction into various substrates or various intermediates of Krebs cycles are being generated by the brain. Plus glutamine is also being generated. So plus so many of ketogenic branch chain amino acid like leucine and isoleucine, they synthesize the fats and fatty products. So this is how the brain is exploiting the uses of branch chain fatty acids. Besides alanine, which is being uh, released from the muscle, is being taken up by maximally by the liver. It's not like it's being taken by other tissues as well, but maximal use is there in the liver. How come in the liver? Like in liver, the alanine converts up into or through transamination reaction. Let me tell you one thing, that all the amino acid, the most relishing reaction of the amino acids are transamination and deamination reaction throughout their metabolism. So using these reactions, they can convert up into different kind of biologically important products. So similarly, alanine, the first kind of reaction which undergoes is transamination reaction like other amino acid, and it converts up into the pyruvate, and that pyruvate through the gluconeogenesis, it is an important substrate for gluconeogenesis. It reverts back to glucose, so it can be utilized for the synthesis of glucose, and this glucose revert back to the various skeletal muscle for energy purposes and various other tissues for energy uses. So this is how the this actually the alanine reaches to the muscle. Alanine in the muscle, how it is being generated from the pyruvate, again it is being generated in the form of alanine, and this cycle goes and goes on. So from alanine to here, alanine to pyruvate to glucose, and glucose is utilized by the muscles are generating pyruvate from the glycolysis pathway, and this pyruvate again is being uh, generating the alanine, and alanine again goes to the liver. So this cycle is known as glucose alanine cycle. um, the pyruvate can also be generated from branch chain amino acid by transamination reaction. So branch chain amino acid react with glutamate, and they are generating uh, uh, alpha ketoglutarate and uh, alpha ketoglutarate and ammonia. And this alpha ketoglutarate again react with alanine, generates pyruvate. So there are various ways the pyruvate can be generated here, and this pyruvate converts and ultimately into the alanine, non-essential amino acid. So similarly, the glutamine, the maximally it's being taken up by the kidneys. In here in the kidneys, it has a lot of scope because it is contributing to the maintenance of acid-base balance. So this is how the various organ exchange the different amino acid in between. So breakdown of muscle protein is the source of amino acids for tissues, while liver is the site for their disposal. Because all of the amino acids ultimately their ammonia, nitrogen is lost in the form of urea, and that conversion of ammonia to urea happens only in the liver, and from the liver it is being thrown out into the blood, and from blood to kidneys. So the main disposal site is liver. So during fasting, the muscles release mainly alanine and glutamine, out of which the alanine is taken up by the liver and glutamine by the kidneys. Liver removes the amino acid and convert it to the urea, and the carbon skeleton is used for gluconeogenesis. Glucose alanine cycle takes place under gluconeogenesis. I already explained. The brain predominantly takes up branch chain amino acids. While in the well-fed state, the amino acid absorbed from the diet are taken up by different tissues, both muscles and brain take a branch in amino acid and release the glutamine and alanine. The glutamine is delivered to the kidneys to aid in regulation of acid-base balance, while alanine is taken up. So this is about the amino acid pool. Thank you.